I have a lot of people that have been asking me about criminal convictions, criminal arrest, and whether or not they're able to get their private investigator or private patrol operator license in the state of California. Now, the Bureau of Security Investigative Services, also known as BSIS, they are the governing authority when it comes to granting those licenses. I don't work for them, and I always suggest that you call them or contact them through email or even call them. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait a long time on email or over an hour on phone, but you gotta do that, you guys. I don't work for them. I'm also not an attorney. Now that we got that out of the way, as for whether or not you can get a license, PPO or qualified manager, if you have a conviction or even an arrest, it's not up to me. It's up to BSIS. Um, BSIS doesn't list the types of crimes or the crimes of alleged crimes that are disqualifying. You have to just apply. And unfortunately, for the private patrol operator license, you're gonna have to pay that $550 for that qualified manager license, and then was it $770 for the actual license itself, the agency license, just to see whether or not your criminal activity, arrest, or whatnot is acceptable. Yeah, you got to pay it, even with the private investigator certificate. If you want a private investigator certificate, you're gonna have to just apply. You can't call them and ask because they're not going to be able to tell you. Those of you that are on probation or even parole, they they don't even tell you it's automatic disqualifiers. Okay. Now, generally, what I've seen, if you're on parole, it's usually a no. Okay. Probation, it depends on the offense. If you have a conviction for theft or anything related to theft or embezzlement, it's going to be really hard for you to get a license. Private patrol operator, private investigator. Because at some point in time, society thought that you breached their trust. Okay? You're going to have to safeguard people's assets, and you're going to be able to access exclusive databases that are confidential. And if you steal, a lot of people aren't going to trust you. So I don't think that you're going to be able to get in if you have a theft record. Now, if you got evidence of rehabilitation or a dismissal, that's different. Well, dismissal is a lot different. A lot of times they'll accept you. Um, they can also reject you even if you're not convicted. But again, I don't know the criteria. BSIS won't give it to you. Those of you that have evidence of dismissal, 1203.6 Penal Code, I think, you still have to disclose that on your application. You have to disclose it when they ask, have you been convicted of a crime? Okay. Now, I have somebody 10, 15 years ago that asked me about rape. Person got a conviction for rape. He got evidence of rehabilitation. Community members, including a member of the clergy, signed off on some letters that he got in order to get that evidence of rehabilitation, and he was eligible to sit for the exam. Okay, I'm not gonna bear judgment on anybody. Okay, I don't say that you should be able to have a license. Maybe theft. I'm a little bit different on theft. But I'm not the final say so, you guys. BSI says. Again, don't get mad at me personally if you have some type of conviction or criminal record and then you can't get in. I posted a video on marijuana dispensaries and my opinion on them and why it's not a good idea to get involved in those contracts. And people were disliking it. They're sending me all kinds of hate comments. Come on, you guys, grow up. I just gave my opinion on something, and people are acting like little kids. Saying that I am, pro-Trump and anti BLM and all this other stuff. Well, some of it's true, but it has no bearing to. There's no bearing on whether the information that provided is valid. Anyhow, let's move on from here. Okay, so you got to just apply. One guy I know had a DUI. Okay, a DUI conviction. He's on probation. He got a license. Okay, because BSIS can easily say, well, you know what, you're not going to be driving. I mean, you can walk the contract. Somebody can drop you off on the projects. But DUI usually acceptable, but I'm not the final say so on that. Okay. Now, the one I could tell you is almost always automatic is child support obligations. Oh man, you could commit all kinds of heinous crimes, but you miss your child support. Oh man, the Department of Social Services will send a letter to BSIS. I don't know how they do it, you guys, but they seem to do it with DMV and everyone else. Just a letter that goes to them, or some type of note, and you automatically don't get one until you complete your child support obligations. Okay. Somebody the other day asked me about a driver's license. His driver's license was suspended, and I mentioned to him, it depends on the suspension. Okay. Normally when I seen they let you, you might have to explain to them that you won't be driving, or maybe there's some certain restrictions. But if your license is suspended, your driver's license is suspended because of child support obligations, and I could tell you it's probably an automatic no. And if you have a license already, PPO or qualified manager, and you don't come forward with your child support obligations, they're gonna suspend your license until you come complete with that. Okay, hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments that are not in the video and that are not answered, then please ask. Please like and subscribe for this channel, and I think you're going to find a lot of valuable information